Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing my third Q&A. There were so many questions on my last one, so thank you guys so much. What music do you listen to? I don't really listen to like specific music, just kind of like the radio, like sometimes listen to like Pandora and stuff. Do you play an instrument? I used to play piano and trumpet, but I quit. What event do you consider your worst at, excluding events you haven't competed in? Well, I guess blind, because I only competed once and I got a DNF, but probably Megaminx is my worst world ranking, and then 3x3 is a close second. PB singles, 3x3, 6.18, 2x2, probably like 0.5 something, 4x4, 28, and Pyraminx like 0.7 something. Thoughts on people who want to remove clock? I think a lot of people don't like clock and they say it's stupid, but they really haven't tried it. So I think if more people tried clock, they'd actually like it. It's pretty fun. What do you think about Rubik's Void Cube being a WCA event? Well, I mean, I don't think it should be because it's basically the same thing as 3x3. Do you prefer magnets in a 3x3 or not? Actually, for 3x3, I do. I think it adds a lot of stability, which is nice. Do you like pancakes? Yes. How low do you think the 3x3 world record single will go? Sub 4, definitely. Do you always use a stack mat when solving? Yeah, when I'm at home. How many hours do you practice per day? In the summer, like 3, and then school year, like 1 or 2. Do you have any siblings? Yeah, I have a sister. Have you ever considered changing your channel name? What method do you use for Pura, and what do you recommend after beginners? I use L4E. If by beginners you mean Bob Burton, then I'd recommend learning LBL. If by beginners you mean LBL, I'd recommend learning L4E. How long did it take you to get good with L4E? It can be a tricky method at first, but I practiced like crazy after I learned it, so it only took me a few weeks. Do you think you can get a world record? Probably Pyraminx single is like the most likely, but I mean, it's all about luck, so who knows. How old are you? 15. What breed and age is your dog? He's a poodle mixed with some kind of terrier, like maybe a Westie, and he's 9. What do you use to edit your videos? iMovie. Are you color neutral? No, I use green cross. A lot of people think I am color neutral, I guess, because they see me doing green stuff, but I'm not. What computer do you have? The computer I'm solving on right now is a Mac Mini, and then I just use a monitor. But for traveling and editing, I usually use my MacBook Air. What is your favorite cube in your collection? Well, it definitely was my Whaling GTS V2M, just because it was such an amazing cube, and I hadn't felt any other ones like it since it was like a prototype. But now it might be the Cosmic Wooch AM, but both those cubes are just amazing. How do you feel about being Moyu's little magic girl? I think it's actually pretty cool, mostly just to be like recognized by Moyu in that way. When did you start to get more subscribers? Well, after I got my NAR, I went from like 300 to like 500. Then shortly after that, I won nationals, and that's what got me over like 1,000. How do you do it / any tips? Well, the easiest way is just to get like a record, but I would just say make good quality videos like unboxings and reviews and upload consistently. That's really how you can, gain more subscribers. What do you think is your ratio from sub 10 to not sub 10 solves on 3x3? Out of 10 solved, probably like 6 to 8 or sub 10, so pretty consistently. What do you average on 3x3? Sub 10. What do you think the fastest Pyraminx average single will ever be? Sub 2 average, sub 1 single. What method do you use for square one? I use Vandenberg or whatever. 4x4 I use Yao. Scube I use Sarah's Advanced plus some algs. Do you like mini cubes better? Yeah, because I have small hands, especially for like OH and stuff. Do you think I should compete in 3x3 if I average from 18 to 25 seconds? Oh yeah, definitely. I was like 30 at my first comp, and honestly, if you're under 10, you might as well compete. How often do you go to comps? Like once or twice a month. Do you like Nintendo? Yeah, I play Wii sometimes, and I like Mario Kart. Will you ever create a fan Skype for fans to Skype you? No, I don't really use Skype. Do you like Justin Bieber? Kind of, I guess. Your dog is really cute. If speed cubes were sold everywhere, do you think cubing would be well known? Possibly, but not speed cubes, but I do see cubes sold like a lot of different places, which is pretty awesome. Square 1 PB, it's like 6.01 or 6.02, I think. Do you think Felix Zemdegs will become irrelevant in 2 or 3 years? Well, I don't think he's going to stop competing, honestly, and he's still improving like crazy, which is amazing. But even if he does stop, I still think he'll be like known for what he's done. What was your average in your first comp? Like 30 something? What Pura method do you use? L4E. What are your thoughts on Yao 5 versus Redux? I prefer Redux, but there are people who are fast with Yao 5, so yeah. Do you use intuitive or algorithmic F2l? Well, when I first started F2l, I basically figured it all out on my own, and it was really inefficient. And since then, I've learned more efficient ways to do it by watching like walkthrough solves and stuff. But I really have never looked at algs for F2l. So today's topic was suggested by Davis Buchanan, and he said, is it worth it buying new cubes? So I was never someone who bought every new cube. I remember I used the Fangxi for so long, even while Moyu and Gan were releasing their earlier cubes, and I think I finally switched to a Gan. But I understand how hard it can be with so many new releases, especially when, like, for instance, Moyu and Chi both released a 6x6 at, like, the same time. It can be really hard deciding which one's the best, and I think a lot of people just end up buying both. But I think it's really important to, sit down and do some research so that way you don't have to, waste your money on a cube you're not going to use. I think a lot of people also think that, when a good brand releases a cube that's good, then their next cube is automatically going to be better. But I definitely don't think that's true. Like, for instance, when Moyu released the GTS, that really, took over the market. In my opinion, the next cube that surpassed the GTS was the GTS 2. And in between there were a lot of, smaller releases, and I'm sure some people used it as their mains, but not really anything that took over. So now I do kind of buy every cube. I get stuff from Moyu to test, and then I get stuff from Speedcube Shop to make reviews. But what I would say is just let the people like me who buy cubes for the purpose of making videos on them, let us buy the cubes so that way you don't have to. By watching a few videos on the cubes, you can basically tell, what's going to be good and what's going to be bad. And by doing that, that little bit of research can save you a lot of money. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave your questions and topic suggestions for next video in the description. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!